It's estimated that at any given moment, there's 500,000 predators online, and their purpose is to exploit and manipulate these children. It's estimated that there's 25 million individuals trapped in human trafficking right at this very moment. Human trafficking is estimated to bring in $150 billion annually. It's a money-driven industry. There's this group of individuals who want to have sex with children. And so they're creating this demand. And actually, the United States, Americans are the largest driving factor. We are the demand for child sex trafficking. And our main goal, to sum it up in one sentence, is we exist to rescue women and children from human trafficking. That child is living what might look like a normal life. They're going to school, they go and see the dentist, they go to the doctor, they play with their friends after school some days, but they're being trafficked by an individual, sometimes even right out of their own home. The predators who are doing these things are not unemployed individuals. They're not the bums on the side of the street. They're just like everyone else. They're accountants, they're lawyers, they're doctors, they're IT individuals. And so we took these individuals and said, hey, you work remote as well. And we put a vulnerable child and a predator with a life online, where they are no longer going to school and being separate from that. They're online. An employee has the opportunity to sit unsupervised at home on their computer all day long. And it happens on any sort of device, on any sort of social media site, any sort of game or app. When, I was growing up and you guys were growing up, it was stranger danger, and you watched out for the guy on the street in a van. And as long as you didn't help him find his dog and take candy from him, you were safe. You could avoid it. You knew where the danger was and you knew what it looked like. Well, now that guy, he sold his van online, he got rid of it, he bought himself a computer, and he sits in his house. And he has access to tens of thousands of children who come back every single day to play a game, to get on social media. This individual, this predator, no longer has to worry about time constraints. He can take, or she can take, as long as they want to groom this child. They can catfish, meaning they can use and create hundreds of different profiles, being whoever they feel like they need to be to build a relationship with this child. They can pick who they want to be online, and they can try one out. And if the kid doesn't respond, they can try another one. And then they might introduce them to some friends that they have online, which at the end is really just this same predator operating another profile. They ultimately try to get to a private setting, if that's a private chat, or they move it off of that game to, Snapchat or even texting if they can. And then they start to try to ask for explicit content. So it is important to not only just watch the social media, but look at the other things that are on the phone, other apps, text messages, Snapchats, things like that, other avenues, because they will transition from those more public ways of communicating down to more private ways of communicating that are less monitorable and less discoverable and more encrypted or protected in some cases. Number one thing is be present in your kids' online life and in their social life. That means having access to their accounts, having access to see what they're doing online. Number two is being present as a parent overall and starting this conversation. What they're going online to get is connection, relationship, a feeling of belonging. That's what they're going for. We're afraid to go to our kids and tell them that these things exist online, to tell them, hey, I'm gonna help monitor your social media because I care about you. We need to understand what the threats look like and how these predators are exploiting our children online. We think, for example, on Instagram, if I make my account private, that I'm safe, I'm secure from the world, no one can see my pictures, no one can know anything about me. And that's just not the case. A predator, again, because they have time, can build a profile of a child through investigating on Instagram without a lot of work. To date, we've rescued over 5,400 individuals from human trafficking and assisted in the arrests of over 3,600 individuals. If we can impact one individual's life by rescuing them, or if we can impact one individual's life by sharing information that makes their parents or them aware and prevents them from ever being caught in this, that's enough.